It is 7:23. You're watching BT Vancouver. Thanks for joining us this morning. Time now to check in with Mike Eppel, News 1130's business editor. Good morning, Mike. Nice to see you. Markets are tumbling this morning.
Yeah, they are. And we talked about, they'd gone up in a straight line, had a record yesterday, in fact, on the NASDAQ, all-time highs for Apple and Microsoft and Tesla and Amazon and the heavyweights. And then we had a reality check from the head of the U.S. Federal Reserve, Jay Powell, yesterday, giving an update sort of on the state of the economy. And he said, look, it's going to take a long time to get unemployment down to where it was prior to the pandemic. The U.S. economy's, if it gets a second wave of COVID-19, and that's the fear, and we're seeing a little bit of that in the latest data from various states, which were the first to reopen, then you got to start rethinking exactly how fast, for example, airlines can recover, or the tourism industry, or anything related to having people in large groups in a confined space. So under that circumstance, the Dow's down 800 points, the TSX down over 300 points, and the NASDAQ is pulling back from a record high. Okay, let's talk about vaccines. I don't think we've visited this topic in a few weeks. Moderna, a company by the name of Moderna, says it's ready for a large-scale study. This is this Massachusetts company which made headlines a few weeks back saying that its initial trial on a very small scale was showing positive results in a vaccine form against COVID-19. Now it's saying that it's ready for a large-scale trial, likely next month, pending its previous results. 30,000 volunteers, potentially. That would give a real indication whether or not it works. Now, Moderna's stock prices jumped this morning. It's partly owned, it should be mentioned. It's Massachusetts-based, but it's partly owned by the Canada Pension Plan Investment Board. So we've got a little Canadian stake in this. Yeah, but at the same time, there are a dozen vaccines that are currently in a trial form worldwide, and there is no guarantee that any of these are going to work. That's the risk. So we're hopeful. Things look positive. We'll take it. We'll see how it goes. Let's not get our hopes up, though. All right. Oil takes a nosedive this morning, down 7%. Speaking of not getting one's hopes up, the price for oil is down this morning because oil supply levels in the United States have never been higher. Record-breaking, in fact. And this was the worry when we were talking about the economy collapses, oil demand drops off a cliff. At the same time, you've still got the same levels of production. Yes, the OPEC countries and others did cut back, but it's still oil with no place to go. It's in storage. So not enough demand, too much supply. Like anything, that leads to a lower price, and oil is down, last check, 9%. So it's pretty significant in the early trade. Okay, Mike, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Thank you. Okay, it is 7:26 here on Breakfast Television. We're going to take a break. We'll have more of your top stories coming up and Justin Trudeau's daily address in Ottawa. Stay with us.